TV. I am here with my dear friend Paula Haughey here, and yay! She is a lot of fun. I'm sure this will be an interesting show. So Paula moved to the area a few years ago, and she made an impact. It was really funny. Everybody was talking about, have you met that Irish girl? She's so much fun. And she's a lot of fun, and she has so much to offer. And that's one of the things I love about her so much is she's an art teacher. She's been an art teacher at Holy Family in the art room, and she does commission pieces. And one of the really fun things that we did recently, we did a party at the art room. And it was so much fun, and it's such a great idea for if any realtors out there that want to get a bunch of friends together for a team building exercise. It's great for businesses, it's great for groups of friends. It's different. It's a different way of celebrating, and you get to come home with your own art piece.
Absolutely.
I should have brought mine with me. I didn't think of that. But it was so much fun to see how the art teachers showing you how, and you still get 20 different versions of it. But
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, everyone's is so individual. You're painting the same thing, but everyone's is different, just like everyone is individual, right?
We are.
So that's what we teach the kids anyway.
So what do you love so much about art? Because I know that's obviously one of your passions.
It's my passion. It's been, in my life for so long, but it's just passing that on to the kids. When my kids were at school 3 years ago when I started, and to learn that they were only doing 2 semesters of art broke my heart. So I started this back to basics art, because the real art of drawing and sketching has been forgotten a little bit, with all the crafts and the things that we do and the slime. It's bringing it back to basics. So I started this little art camp at my home, and it was just like teaching kids to look up and see the world. And it's breaking down the shapes. Everything has a shape, whether it's a square or a triangle, and it's breaking that down. The most difficult thing to do for anyone, especially a child, is to get a blank piece of paper and to pick up that pencil. And
it's
when
like a lost art, really.
Exactly.
Art, but yeah.
When you pick up that pencil and you start to draw them with a little direction and a little encouragement, it's just amazing to see, and to see their faces. And it gives them a little encouragement. It gives them the confidence to do that. And it has been forgotten a little bit. So that's where it all started, really, for me.
Oh, that's great. Well, I love art too, and I have a passion for it.
Well, you're an artist, right? You
paint? I paint. I paint a little bit this weekend. That was fun. It's such a great stress relief.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. It's therapy for me.
It is. It's therapy, and it's funny because there's some things I can, like if I have to copy something, I can do that no problem. But I was trying to do this like water, in a way. It was funny how difficult it was when you have a challenge,
Yeah, yeah.
But need you come over and help me.
I doubt that very much indeed. I doubt that. Well, maybe we can teach each other some new tricks.
I know. But I love all the things you teach the kids about composition, and I do think that's another lost art. A lot of times it's just you just want to do the cartoons, but it's like fun to learn some of the old the old time ways of doing things, the way we used to do it.
Well, it's just expressive art. It's like I like to give the kids an idea and then let them go and see where that takes them, and I learn from that. You know, so. We all think in different ways, and so it's nice for them. And expression is it's just invaluable to children, at such a young age. So
I'm sure you have some really funny stories too.
Just a few. Some I can talk about, some I cannot.
I know.
Let me take a sip of my Irish water before I start.
Your Irish water.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh,
well, it's happy hour in Ireland, so last time I checked,
you can Uber home.
Right?
That's fine.
Oh, has anyone ever Ubered home? I might be the first.
You might be the first, but that's not going to surprise our studio audience.
No. Oh, gosh. Some might be surprised. A lot will know, I'm sure.
Yeah, so tell me a story. I'm sure there's a cute story about some of the kids.
Gosh, the kids. Well, what's funny about the kids, when I first moved here, I was teaching privately, and I got this call one day from my bestie Sue saying, something's happened at Holy Family. You need to call Sister Dorothy. There I am with family in Gatorland. Like, hello.
On the old phone.
Our new phone. And so, you know, I'm like, okay. So I called Sister Dorothy and we had a meeting and, you know, I thought I was just going in to help.
Yes.
And so we have this beautiful conversation. We learn a lot about each other. She's like the Mother Teresa of Orlando. I mean, she's just amazing.
She is darling.
And so she hired me there and then. And suddenly going from teaching privately 12, maybe 13 kids in a classroom to going into a school situation where you have 600 children.
Yes.
Pre-K, 4, 3, 8th grade.
Yes.
So a whole different thing, like what's a lesson plan, sister?
Right.
And, you know, day 3, turning up in jeans to a private school going, well, I didn't read the real book, like it's day 3. So, yeah, that was a huge, you know, out of my comfort zone, a little bit like today. And going in there and just learning on my feet and just thinking fast. And, you know, situations like you've got 5th graders coming in holding seats and, you know, you got situations going on with the girls and, you know, all I want to do is talk about 1A. So I'm like, okay, we can get up and we can leave the classroom. And they're like, what? And, you know, it's reverse psychology with the children. Yeah. So I get them all to leave the classroom, get out. And then I'm like, right, come in now. When you're quiet, we'll pray again. You know? And they're all seated, but I'm like, boy, girl. Yeah. They're going to listen. They're going to listen to you when you boy, girl. Because the boys don't want to sit with the boys and the girls. So that was a good antidote for like my 6th and, you know, 5th graders and 6th graders. Fun. So, but it was just to have fun and just expressive. Like I said, Sister Dorothy, if you walk in, and there might be some music that you mightn't really, you know, know. But don't judge me. And she's like, whatever works. Because it was just getting their interest. This is their art room. Be expressive. Have fun with it. You know, they're so serious the rest of the day. It's the 30 minutes where they can be. Yes. Sing to the music. Watching the 2nd graders sing to The Greatest Showman was such a brilliant, you know, it's just wonderful. And the art that they create through that, you know.
Right. Oh, I'm sure you've seen some really neat things because... children can draw some. I love when you see children's art. You're like, that is really good. Yeah. That looks like a Picasso. You know?
Yeah. My son's getting into abstract right now. So, yeah.
So you teach them all different art, do you do acrylics,
Well,
oil,
I teach at the art room. Okay. So the art room in downtown Windermere. And again, I paint there too. It's like, oh my gosh, Linda is such an inspiration to me. She was my mentor throughout that whole process, you know, going back to school, teaching again. You know, my background's in production, so it was out of my comfort zone. So, but in the art room, we, so this is one of my pieces. Oh, yes, that's nice. This is called Big Ben, actually. Okay. That's funny. Because my husband, Ben, who you've met. And so this was inspired. We moved here from London, and so this is Big Ben. This was for him.
Oh, that's great.
This is in Galway. This is a landscape. I do a lot of these black and white, just Sharpie landscapes. This is Galway. I did this a few years ago.
And I know you do a lot of special pieces for your friends too. So it's great. Okay, here's some more slides. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, it's so much fun. Well, tell me about this other piece too. That's so pretty.
So this one I just did this weekend for my best friend's sister Stacey. It was her birthday. Beautiful. She's visiting from Europe, and what I like to do in these, she wanted water lilies, and this is I like to when I'm doing art, I like to know about the person, whether it's their star sign or their background. So this represents her 3 girls, and this is her. So I like to make it very specific to that person. So.
Right, that's great. That's beautiful.
But yeah, anything really. I'm getting more into abstract. I've been working on these angels. So this all came about. I was asked to do a live painting for a worship night. And so I thought, well, angels is a perfect. And I like to use the palette knife. And this is oil and acrylic mixed, which I'd never done before.
I love mixing it too.
I had a few commissions on that basis. I've done double angels for Brian, and so I've done quite a few of these, and I like clients to tell me, well, what do you want the background color? Give me 3 colors, and I'll work with that and make it very individual to them. And finally, this is actually a view of where I grew up in Ireland. This is from my mum's home. I grew up on a farm in a little place called Armagh. It's a city. It has 2 cathedrals, the Orchard County, and it's in Northern Ireland. So this is the view. This is an oil painting, which beautiful. I did. So yeah.
I love it. Aww.
So yes, I mean, I've been getting a lot of commissions. I don't generally sell my work or work to sell my paintings.
Right.
But I've been approached a lot to say, look, can you do this? Can you do that? So that's how I work really. And then, you know, we do have once a year all the artists at the art room. We exhibit some stuff and we sell some work. So but I mean, yes.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah.
You have to let me know when that is
I
next
know,
time.
right?
It'd be fun to show up.
Yeah. So, you're an artist, right? So what inspires you?
Well, with houses, I'm every house is unique and different, and I think I get inspired by the architecture, and you know, every house it's just fun. It's just there's always something special about it that you want to showcase, and it's really important with the art in houses. It's very specialized, and a lot of times we do special paintings ourselves. We have a couple artists that work for us, and yeah, that's very important. The art is a very important part of our staging process.
Well, yeah, it evokes emotion, and if people walk in and see a house, and you know, you're dealing with a blank canvas, and the art on the wall evokes emotion. So if people are in a great mood and they like something, they see something they like, they're going to buy, right?
Right.
Incentivize them to.
They might even get the art
sign the check. Exactly, right? Because everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale. That's right. Oh, that's so funny. And I know we were talking earlier about the kids in the classroom. It's funny how. You know, it's so important to teach the kids to draw and to look at the world again and look at, because you get so used to looking at your phones and you just don't look up anymore. So I think that's a really wonderful thing that you're doing.
Absolutely, like even with my kids, when we do the long drives, and I'll encourage them to like look up at the sky, look at the clouds. What do you see?
Right.
And it's like coming back to sketching and bringing it back to basics and looking at the world around us, and less is more.
Yes.
Just like staging, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
It's just getting them to really think about and breaking down those shapes and breaking down, everything can be broken down. It's like a composition, you know, and taking a little step back and with a little encouragement, these kids can create. And it's a wonderful thing. It's, you know, it's a gift that you're given to be able to sketch or draw. But everyone has that creative side in them.
Right.
You know, and it's wonderful. There are no rules with art.
Right.
So again, it's important for those kids that aren't confident and that aren't brilliant at everything or certain things, just to give them that hope and to see them create is just, it's an amazing thing.
And it's fun to bring something home. You know, and it's different the way you think of things when you're in school, because so many of the classes you're daydreaming, you're but when you're in art class, you're completely engaged.
Yeah, like when the kids are doodling, like they get in trouble sometimes for doodling in certain subjects, and I'm like, but if they're still thinking, like it's important. It's like listening to music when I draw or when I paint. It's just having that
I do too.
Something going on, and it's where those emotions lead to, and it's just whatever, you know, career or whatever route that these kids take. It's so important for them to allow their brains to flow and to be creative.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Well, aren't we lucky we get to be in creative fields?
Yes, I know. How lucky are we to do what we love, right?
I know,
It's our passion.
exactly.
And you started. You've done the teaching thing.
I did. Yeah,
but
we didn't have a real classroom back then, so we went outside and did a lot of outdoor art, which was fun too.
Oh yeah, I used to take the kids out, and they loved that. Although it's a little hot in Florida to do it all the time.
Right.
But yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's been amazing.
I know it
Good
has.
to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you.
Hope you can join us again soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, well,
absolutely.
Thank you all for joining us as well, and we look forward to seeing you next time.